After 10 coaching calls from inside of Iman Gadzhi's program and spending 3 days at his mastermind talking with 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs, I'm out here in the Amalfi Coast and I'm about to tell you, while some business owners are making millions of dollars, while others are staying broke, chasing millions of views. I've tried it all. 2 e-commerce stores doing 7 figures, clothing brand, dog products, branded drop shipping, TikTok shop affiliate marketing. I had 7 accounts. I've produced millions of views and got my content systems to the peak last year of producing 10 unique videos per day, talking heads of me. But then I realized something, that these systems that I built were so much more valuable than any product I could ever sell. And this is when I shifted to helping 7-figure founders with their content. And everything has changed, and not in the way that you'd expect. But to understand this, you have to first grasp the trust timeline. Generally speaking, people need 7 hours of interaction with you before making a high-ticket purchase, 11 touch points across their journey, across 4 different accounts. Something that Google calls the 7-11-4 rule. This isn't just some Google research paper. It's the same thing that 8-figure entrepreneurs are talking about in Iman's mastermind. And sometimes you just have to sit down and do the math. Like, how many 30-second videos does it take to actually hit 7 hours? It's 840 videos. Or you could make 10 long-form videos to hit the same 7 hours. Which one builds more trust with your audience? Which one's easier for you? But more importantly, what is more aligned to your audience? Every business model is completely different. And this is the perspective shift. As I step into the consulting arena with content, I see this so clearly now. You know how a picture is worth 1,000 words and a video is worth 1,000 pictures? Well, a good long-form video is worth 1,000 short-form videos when it comes to building trust. So quality time spent with you beats views earned. And trust me, I have learned this the hard way over the last couple of years. And now starting from scratch in a new market, but with my background, it did 7 figures, having produced thousands of short form videos. My average ticket size was around $20 to $115. And so the volume game worked. The audience was aligned. Posting 10 quality videos a day was the right strategy. And if your offer is for a wider market, then short form might be the way to go as well. Because when your buyers are scrolling for dopamine, then feed them dopamine. They get to double tap with TikTok shop, that's the same dopamine hit. So for me, I've always loved the content game. I will edit a video and just time will transcend. 8 hours will go by. And so I realized that the content systems that I had built and then I had fine-tuned them with AI and SOPs needed a massive pivot. The approach that I took with my products and my affiliate deals were no longer gonna work here. And we've cranked out thousands of AI clone videos of myself across multiple TikTok shop accounts, across my AI news accounts, but frankly, we're just fishing in the wrong pond. If I had a $27 course on how to start your personal brand with AI, then perfect, maybe I play here and stay here. So preparing to go to Iman's mastermind, I had actually joined another mastermind, and that's how I got my first 3 clients. And I realized that in-person connection beats short-form algorithms every single day. And then someone said something, I can't remember who, but it definitely restructured how I'm going about getting clients now. It was something like, these 7-figure founders, they do buy on impulse, but they just need 7 hours of the people that they trust. It's always an emotional decision backed up with logical validation. Typically, your solution is going to be helping to address the root causes of several problems, which ultimately has a big impact on their business. But this level of trust, it requires depth, not just width. These guys are not on TikTok scrolling for business solutions. You probably already know this, but just think about it, it's so important. TikTok and Reels, people are in entertainment mode. Their wallet for high ticket purchases is usually closed, but they're also in dopamine mode, so quick impulse buys are perfect here. And on YouTube, people are in research mode. The buyer intent is higher. They have their credit card sitting on the desk. And with masterminds and events, whether in person or digitally, they're in connection mode, looking to exchange value. And however you can unpack and prioritize their main challenges that they're looking to solve in their business, their wallet is out. And so this might be the same person on different platforms, just with different buying behaviors. And depending on what your offer is, you just have to cater to these different elements. But here's the thing that everybody misses. Your energy is literally finite. Every minute that you spend creating content for non-buyers is 10 minutes stolen from your actual market, because your dream client's wallet is already open It just might not be where you're creating. So with all that being said, we have shifted our content systems business entirely. So we didn't abandon short form media. We actually already automated it. My team and automations do the research, the scripting, story design, editing, and posting across multiple sub-accounts. And we started here because we've already mastered short form through our e-commerce and our TikTok shop days. But the beautiful thing that happened is that we realized we built a whole AI infrastructure layer that will allow me to clone myself and print 1,000 short form videos per month without ever having to sit down and film to the camera. Plus, I can start to flywheel mechanisms, building a quantum flywheel of intelligent, high demand, high value content. So how I'm reallocating my focus and my time, my short form is now building awareness 24/7 on AI, which has now freed up hours of my time for focused deep work. So I'm diving all in with long form YouTube like this, business development, relationships, and bringing on new clients and delivering a world-class experience as we set up our systems. I have 7 years in very complex B2B SaaS. I am taking that consulting mind and dropping it into creating the world-class delivery engine for my high-ticket content systems. Because when my clients can print millions of views on autopilot that drive sales around the clock, the money will flow to me naturally. So now I just get to lead on creating value, installing the infrastructure with all my protocols and mechanisms and automations to automate their entire personal brand stepping into the next 5 years, to generate revenue on autopilot, to drive more book leads, increase conversion rates. Everything good happens when you increase the quantity and the quality of your top of funnel content. Sprinkle in some middle of funnel value, and then some bottom of funnel trust. Looking back, yeah, we probably should have started on long form YouTube first, dominated that, and then started to work on our distribution strategy to short form. But because we have such a deep understanding of short form, and we've already built all the systems and automations around this frees up my time, and now I can just focus on building up the team so we can scale this up and focusing on producing content and assets and playbooks that actually convert. So I guess the big learning here for me was to just automate what you've already mastered so that you can actually focus on what matters and drives your business forward. And if this happens to be the same thing, I'll see you at that 8-figure mark sooner than you think. Okay, so back to the key thing that I learned was most valuable after listening to 10 plus coaching calls and hearing Iman break this down over and over at his mastermind. There's certain patterns and they completely depend on what business model you're in. So the people really winning in the space when it comes to content, for health and wellness entrepreneurs, they're heavy on the short form for mass distribution and mass education, with YouTube for deep dives on trust, so they educate wide and then they convert deep. Now, B2B service providers, on the other hand, they go where the budget lives, where the wallet is already open, the platform in which their buyers are hanging out in the right mindset. So this is usually going to be YouTube or LinkedIn, but YouTube is absolutely king. Back to how many hours people actually get with you. And most of them are just doing minimal short form, right? Doing authority snippets with clipping strategies, or just repurposing their long form into tactical short form videos. But here's the thing, with info, your ICP and your price determine the platform mix. If your price point is under $500, then you probably want to be short form dominant so that you can hit a wider market to scale. If your price point's over $5,000, your audience needs to trust you more. They need to get value from you. Long form is going to be essential to success here. So the easiest way to think about this is just to match the depth of your content to your price point. And then of course, ask yourself, where does your audience actually hang out? And what type of purchase is this? What type of mindset are they going to be in on this platform? And then how do you cater your whole content strategy around that? And do both, by the way. Like, flywheel these both together. It's just a matter of how much energy you spend on each platform will vary. Every single 8-figure entrepreneur in this room understands this. Your platform mix must match your buyer's journey. So stop copying strategies and start matching buyer behaviors. It's so funny. Iman said this so many times because people are always trying to recreate Iman's videos, right? They get millions of views, but you have to understand that Iman has multiple components of his business. Right, all of these millions of views on his main channel are for driving up traffic to his CPG brands, to Hills, his eyewear company, some of his lower ticket incubator programs, where he has a whole other channel where he talks high level business strategy to attract people like me that are optimizing business systems to scale their business past 7 and 8 figures and build empires. For most people, having multiple channels it's not a good strategy. It's just extra bandwidth. But for him, it works. Anyways, just yapping. But what I'm saying is you can't just copy something thinking that it's good for your audience. You really have to think about your buyer, how they behave, what their beliefs are, and build your strategy from there. Which brings me to something that Luis, Iman's chief marketing officer, said, which personally changed how I'm going to be thinking about content, sales, and marketing forever. He said, stop talking about their problems and start talking about things that remind them of their problems in their day-to-day life. For example, with a fitness program, it might be that they take a picture and that they're the ugliest one in the picture because they're overweight. You don't address the being overweight problem specifically head on. With dating, it's visualizing eating alone again and again. So with me and my content systems, all the founders that I work with, yes, they hate filming, but it's that weekly calendar notification that pops up every single Saturday for 2 hours and ruins your flow state. It's not that researching, scripting, filming content is hard. It's that you are seeing your competitors closing more and more deals because they've automated their content engine and it's bringing in inbound leads on autopilot. It's not that content takes time. It's that this is another Wednesday in the content prison, right? So just being relatable 1 degree away from the problem. Speak to that, and every time that they experience that reminder, they think of you. And if you've properly architected 2 identities, one in which they're drowning in these pain points, and the other is this elite version of freedom, abundance, creativity, wellness, whatever your transformation is, then every time they experience that reminder, they think of you, and you naturally become the route to escape that daily pain. It's all about taking them from pain to pleasure in the most effortless, elegant, and frictionless way possible. So if you have to remember just one thing, just anchor your solution and the pain points it solves to their daily experience. So we've built this platform agnostic infrastructure. Started with short form, now we're working with long form, powered with AI automation and AI tools for infinite scale that scrape viral things from the internet, synthesize the information through your intelligence, design the storytelling frameworks through battle test prompting strategies, so that literally a VA can be an expert copywriter and just be printing viral video scripts. And then depending on the content needs and style of the partner that we're working with, there's going to be story design mechanisms, B-roll strategies, AI media generation, avatar scene design, OPs and automations around all of this, so that the editor can just pick up the perfect dialed content brief and knock it out. And fast forward 6-12 months from now, we'll just be able to pipe that brief into a system that automates the entire video. And now that you have an engine that can produce 1,000 videos a month, how do you tackle distribution? How do you put account managers to be able to grab these videos, grab the captions, descriptions, titles, upload them, post them, engage with the accounts, feed the engagement data back into the system, and then calibrate all of these touch points on the quantity of videos produced, on the quality of the work, and on the impact of the posts themselves? We have built a whole incentive structure around every component of this. The same type of point system that you would use to train an AI agent, we have built this into the infrastructure layer and figured out how to tie this to all of the employees' variable comp. And honestly, it's crazy because I think in 5 years, this whole thing will just be entirely automated with AI agents running each one of the employees and then like a master manager, right? But back to the present, this is one system for every platform with total flexibility. And just so that you're aware of our timeline, when we made the pivot a few months back, on month 1, we set up all these foundations and we started calibrating. On month 3, we've now made our first $10,000 a month, 3 clients cooking, more in the pipeline, more system builds, retainers on the way based on value created, and we're scaling this up to multiple 7-8 figure clients right now. And fast forward to month 12, we are going to have built systems for every component of a personal brand, specifically with the North Star around helping founders to dominate the AI content era. And we're going to be documenting everything on this channel. So the choice is yours. Yeah, you definitely need to hit that subscribe, but you can go do all this research yourself. Optimize, fine-tune your systems, amazing. I want you to win. We're all competing with the AI slop on the internet. We're all in this together. Or if you want me and my team to come and work with you in your business, we'll see if it's a fit, we'll scope out your needs, and we can take it from there. But whatever you do not wait. You have to start now. Yo, I cannot wait to start automating long-form YouTube videos with AI avatars. That's what we're working on next. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some closing wisdom here as I read off my iPad, just looking at the beautiful view of Italy here. So here's what 3 days of being at Iman's really taught me. I wasn't failing at content, because I'm pretty damn good at content, but I was just succeeding at the wrong game. Millions of views from people who will not buy will just never build your empire and is a complete time suck. But 100 conversations with the right people, this changes everything. So while our short form runs on autopilot, keeping us omnipresent, building awareness and sharing value, I have to focus and protect my energy at all costs. That has to go where the money flows. That's going into long form, into deep connections, and into just real relationships with real people that are doing the fucking thing. Because the 70-11-4 rule is not just research. I can confirm it is actually how 8-figure entrepreneurs think. Your buyers need time with you, so give them scattered seconds or focused hours. Your bank account will reflect your choice. So it's no secret, the infrastructure exists. The blueprints are proven. The only question left is, are you going to keep chasing vanity metrics or start building real value? Because views are vanity, time is currency, and trust, that just takes time. But the right systems will help you to accelerate that and scale all three of these at once. So with that being said, we are gonna hop on a moped and go whipping the Amalfi Coast. Did this yesterday and it was a top 5 life experience. Definitely the soul is cleansed right now. So hit that subscribe. Let me know if you want to see the moped video or if you want more business sauce, or maybe there's a market for both, because I love traveling, I love yapping, and I love business. So maybe we do it all. All right, peace. See you on the next one.
Go and try your luck. Test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up.